Hello and welcome into the inaugural Heart Men's Lacrosse Media Day. My name is Jillian Carroll and I'll be your host today. Men's lacrosse is the newest championship sport sponsored by the Heart of America Athletic Conference, and we are elated today to be joined by head coach of the Missouri Valley College Vikings, Matt Heinzerling-Weiss, and freshman Dre McLean. Guys, how are you doing today?
Doing good.
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing really well. Appreciate you taking some time to just share about the upcoming season. Coach, I am going to start with you if you don't mind. You played at Missouri Valley, the head coach of your alma mater. That has to be a really cool opportunity for you. Is this something that you had? Was this in your plans? Was this something that you wanted to do, or did it just kind of come your way and you're embracing it?
Yeah, no, I honestly, when I was playing here, I never really had any interest in coaching lacrosse in college. But once I graduated, I, moved back home, and I was kind of thinking about what I wanted to do. And I ended up getting an opportunity to be an assistant coach with one of my old teammates at another NAI institution, and spent a couple of years there. And then, kind of out of nowhere, this job position opened up, and I figured, this would be a good opportunity to get my foot in the door, start my coaching career and being able to be, one of the youngest head coaches in the NAI when I first started. So I never really had a goal to be a college lacrosse coach, but it's pretty cool to be here at my alma mater, as the head coach now.
Yeah, it's got to be a really great opportunity for you. And you have already started playing. You guys went over to West Des Moines at the Recplex against WPU. What were some positives that you saw from the guys? Some good takeaways from that matchup?
We have a lot of young guys on the team, and we didn't really know what to expect with, pretty much having an entirely new team this year. But the guys played really well. I think we all exceeded our expectations for that game. It was a really tough first opponent for the start of our season. But we had some good moments, we had some bad moments. But as a whole, I think with being such a young team with a bunch of freshmen and sophomores, the guys really pulled through and kind of stepped up and showed everybody that we're not messing around.
Awesome. And Dre, going to come over to you. Tough one off the bat, but you do have a bunch of other games coming up. How excited are you and your teammates about getting back on the field and just getting those reps in?
Yeah, I think we're really excited to get back on the field because we've been working through all fall, and we had a tough loss against Winnipeg. I think we're gonna come ready to play against Jury on the 19th and for the rest of the season.
Awesome. Dre, a little bit about you. Where are you from and what are you studying?
Well, I was born in Orlando and I was raised in Fort Myers, Florida.
Okay.
And I'm studying business management here.
Very cool. And just tell us about your journey with lacrosse and how it brought you to Missouri Valley.
Well, I started off playing football all my life. And then when I got to high school, I kind of started losing, my motivation towards football, and I wanted to get back into a contact sport. And I had a friend back then that played lacrosse. So he brought me out, and then I had a stick in my hand since freshman year. Played through high school. And then I was at a school last year at Cleary, and then I wasn't able to play last year. And then coach recruited me, now I'm here.
Nice. And now that you're at Missouri Valley, just tell me a little bit about your team, kind of the camaraderie and chemistry with the guys.
I feel like our chemistry could get better, but it's probably the best chemistry I had amongst the team because we hang out a lot outside of practice. We chill, play basketball and all that other stuff. So I feel like our chemistry is probably one of the strongest things on our team now.
Awesome. Coach, coming back to you, you've played the game for a long time now, obviously in a coaching role. What are your thoughts on the growth of the game, not only in the Midwest, but just across the U.S.?
I've been hearing it for most of the time I've been playing lacrosse. It's one of the fastest growing sports in America at this point and in the world, obviously. But the growth of the game is awesome. We're constantly trying to grow the NAI. We're still an invitational sport right now, but we're working our way up to becoming an actual championship sport within the NAI. And, it's cool to see new teams constantly popping up. And, every team is supportive of every other team, trying to make sure that we can continue this tradition and continue to grow lacrosse at every level, whether it's JUCO, NAI, NCAA, even club sports, and all the way down to high school and youth. There's new high schools adding programs every single year, new youth programs that are adding every single year everywhere. And being able to grow the game across the United States outside of just the normal hotbeds, on the East Coast. It's growing towards the South, the North, the Midwest, and towards the West Coast too. So it's really awesome to see that, knowing that, I've been playing for upwards of 15 years now. And it's just awesome to continue the growth and help try and keep that growth process going.
Sure. And you kind of mentioned it, but along the lines of the growth, now, how will playing in the Heart impact Missouri Valley, and how will that just impact the program, whether it be, improving with competition, but how will the Heart sponsoring men's lacrosse now impact you guys directly?
Yeah, so obviously Missouri Valley has been a Heart school for a number of years now, and being able to be a part of the Heart of America rather than being in the KCAC, and just being alongside all of our other teams here at the school it's provided us with a great opportunity to become closer with the school and to, like I said, continue with that growth and continue to build teams, because I know there's a few teams in the Heart that don't necessarily have lacrosse right now that are looking into gaining it. And, I think we're adding a couple other teams from other conferences at some point over the coming years. But I think the Heart is going to grow, tremendously over the next few years, just with adding a couple other teams. Just because, right now we have a couple of teams that aren't necessarily Heart of America schools, but they're just, associate members of our Heart of the Heart conference.
Sure. And Dre, what are your thoughts on transitioning to playing in the Heart? Does that kind of align you with the other student athletes at Missouri Valley, or how do you feel about it and your teammates as well?
Well, I feel like, we ready to play. At the end of the day, I don't really care what conference I'm in. I'm just ready to win.
I love it. Get this man on the field. I love it. Coach, let's talk a little bit about the team, starting with returners that are going to be impact players.
Yeah, so we have, I think, 7 or 8 returners from last year. We have 5 seniors on the team right now that have 4 of them have been playing lacrosse team for the last 4 years. One of them was added to us last year, and he really loved the game. So our returners are going to make a huge impact. We have our same starting goalie from last year. We have a couple of players that are looking to, make an impact more so than they were last year. Cole Eichelhoff, he's a senior attackman for us. He's been playing here for 4 years. He's one of our best scorers on the team. And we have a senior defenseman, Hayden Atkins, who was our only all-conference athlete last year. And he's looking to continue to stay in that role and continue to stay on that all-conference team and possibly bump him up from a second team to a first team. But our other seniors, they obviously want to win just as bad as anybody on this team, just because they've been here, they've been through the ringer. They know the ups and downs of playing in this league, and I think that everyone's pretty confident in our abilities to compete with all the teams in the Heart of America Conference.
Awesome. Any newcomers? Obviously, you got Dre, a freshman, with you now, but any other newcomers that could be impact players? Yeah,
we have a few newcomers. We've got a few Cleary transfers that are coming in and stepping into some big roles for us. I think we have 4 or 5 freshmen that are going to make a huge impact for us this year, and then our couple of transfers are going to be huge on the field for us, especially Dre. He started off the season pretty well so far, and we have very high expectations for him, and I know he has high expectations for himself. But I think everyone on our team is going to play a huge role, whether it's on the field, on the sideline, in the classroom. I think everybody is really stepping up and trying to make, this as best possible as they can.
Awesome. Dre, do you have any personal goals for the season, and then team goals as well?
Team goals, I want us to make it to the
conference
tournament. And then for myself, I want to make a all-conference team.
Nice. Awesome. Well, guys, we wish you the best of luck. Sounds like you've already got things rolling in the right direction. So thank you so much for your time today, and best of luck in 2023.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Jillian.